It's 4:48 a.m. UK time, the 6th of November, and watching the American presidential election predominantly on CNN, but flipping occasionally to other networks. And at this point, it's for me as a Harris supporter, it's increasingly depressing. Now, I'll be absolutely honest. I thought she would win. Um, it's not over yet. I should emphasize that it's not over yet. But those Electoral College votes are creeping up. Trump is currently on 227. Harris is on 153. Even the obvious win of California hasn't pushed her figures ahead. Um, Chris Wallace on CNN is saying that it feels more like 2016 than 2020, and I agree it does. Um, a lot of those swing states, it's extremely close. Pennsylvania, for example, um, you know, every hour or so it flips from who's in the lead. But at the moment, I'm just going to show you the screen. This is pause it so there will be a bit of a time lapse, but just going to show you the screen. So we have Trump leading in Arizona, Georgia, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Harris is leading in Virginia, New Mexico, and ME, I think that's Minnesota. Yeah. Um, Pennsylvania, I thought Harris would maybe get that because of the big Puerto Rican population there. But very significant thing in this election is that the economy. You know, if she loses the Electoral College, it will obviously. I think the main thing will be the economy. The economy is, I think, in American presidential elections, it's almost it can never ever be underestimated. And you know, we've heard a lot about the abortion thing, and of course that's a very big thing for a lot of American women. But I think it was a mistake to believe that even American women would necessarily, you know, who may not have personally ever experienced that, would put that ahead of, for example, the price of groceries, everyday needs. The American economy is not wonderful at the moment, and I think that's hurting the Harris campaign. Also, remember she's only been in this campaign for what, just over 100 days, thereabouts. Trump's effectively been campaigning since 2015. So the way this is going, I think there's a very strong prospect that Trump will do what Grover Cleveland done. Um, but the personality difference couldn't be stronger. Anyone that looks into Grover Cleveland, he was renowned for his honesty and integrity. Donald Trump's the exact opposite. It's not over yet, but I've done the maths, and Harris is really going to have to pick up several of these swing states in the next exit poll, which I think is in about 10 minutes. Um, I see the Trump figures creeping up and up. And I'll say one last thing, because no doubt I'll be making another video depending on what happens. If Trump wins, which I think might happen by the Electoral College, and Harris has more votes, I really, really think, as an outsider, I think that'll be serious, serious question marks about where American democracy is, because you'll have a situation with a candidate who, I mean, we don't know what the final votes are, I should emphasize that. The candidate who has more votes lost, like 2016. There hasn't been any major violence so far, but in Georgia there were bomb threats, which are now being reported to possibly have come from Russia. Um, you know, the Kremlin would absolutely jump at a chance to stir up divisions. Anyway, very depressing at this point. It's not over yet, but I think the Harris path to victory. They talk about these blue wall states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Um, so Wisconsin formally declared. I think it has. I think no, it hasn't. Um, Trump's ahead in two of those. In fact, Pennsylvania, Michigan, he's ahead in all three of them. blue wall states. This is not looking good for the Harris campaign. But it's not over yet. He has a much further way to go at this point. And with that, I'm going to stop this and see what happens in the next 5 minutes.